Hi there, it's Jessie here, and a big fat warm welcome to this big fat warm channel. Thank you very much for being here. Yes, boundaries. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna knock me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You know how true that is. You know, there's people out there who are intentionally mean. Unfortunately, it took me a while to accept that one. And who, because they don't know how to raise themselves up, and I don't know what that's about. I don't know, because luckily I have that in me. I know the way up. I have strength, I have courage, and I know when there's a will, there's a way. But I'm very fortunate with that, because what I observe is not everyone has that. And those that don't know that you can improve your life, the only thing they know what to do is to bring people down. It's all they know. And it's quite baffling, you know, and since we live in a realm of duality, we have both. And I'm somebody, luckily, I don't know why, where it comes from. I'll just consider myself lucky that I'm sort of inherently optimistic. And I always know there's a way out. And because of that, because I hold that inside of me, guess who I encounter? Yes, the other side. I encounter quite often the people who try to bring me down. They try to take this that I have. And I'm sure that everybody has it inside of them. I hope so, but I don't know, do I? I can only speak from my experience, and I know that I have it. And let me tell you guys, the way this manifests in my life is through frenemies. My whole life. This energy has followed me around. So when I was a young warthog, I had a friend, and I didn't know any better. All right, we met when I was 5, and we stayed friends till I was about 16. And as much as she did love me, which she really did, there was jealousy there. You know, there was envy, because I had something she wanted, and she didn't know that she had it inside of her. So in order to control that sensation she had, she would have to low-key bully me. Not opaque enough, is that the word? Not overtly enough for me to go, I ain't taking this treatment. Very subtle, underhand, you know? And I was too young to sort of recognize that. But the adults around me could. My mum always warned me about this friend. My teacher, my form tutor, when I left middle school, she gave everyone a letter. And in mine, she said, choose your friends wisely. And then my frenemy at the time saw this and scoffed at it. And then obviously knew on some level that it was about her. So she scoffed at it and then tore down my teacher in that moment. Now, this is just, you know, I don't know if it's because I experienced that when I was young and then it's followed me around, but this energy's followed me around, this sort of like frenemy thing. So I kept moving countries. Well, that was part of my job, right? When I left university, I became an English teacher and I traveled the world with it. It was wonderful. And every year I would change country and change job. Not only because of the excitement of moving, but also I needed to get away from these frenemies. I kept making, not everywhere. I also made some surrogate twins. We were joined to the hip and it was wonderful. So I started to notice when I was a bit older, I became a little bit more aware of the nastiness. You know, like why would you say that? If you're my friend, why would you say that? Why would you want to make me feel that way? But I didn't have much awareness of maybe the root of it or what to do about it, what my part in it was. You know, life was continuously giving me repeat experiences to respond differently to this energy. And I didn't know how to do it, so I would just pack my bags and leave until the fateful day the pandemic came, el pandemico. And I couldn't leave the country or my job, so I had to deal with that differently, which was distancing myself from these frenemies. You know, I really do believe on some level they loved me and admired me, and they just wanted what I had. And it was threatening that they couldn't find it within themselves. So there's this just like gentle pecking and, you know, just very subtly keeping me insecure and scared. Can anyone relate? Anyway, I thought during el gran pandemico, that, I know that's not the word, by the way. I thought that just by distance, I thought I had conquered this energy. But no. It came around again. And guess where it came around this time, guys? On my course. Those of you who don't know, I'm doing a 2-year course to become an awareness facilitator. So I have to share a room with this energy. So the games begin. Now, I was immediately aware this is what I was being confronted with because I know how it feels in my body. And I thought, okay, how am I going to manage this one in a place where, you know, alone time and bedtime and morning is actually very sacred because we don't have a lot of time to ourselves. And there I was sharing immediately I knew the moment I met this person because of how they greeted me. I told them my name and they scoffed. And I said, what? And they said, oh, I know somebody with that name. So I thought, okay, so here we are being karmic for each other. Luckily in module 1, the angels orchestrated some movements and this person actually had their own room. Another room opened up and they got their own room. So module 1, escaped. Module 2, difficult. Okay, we're still sharing a room. Now, we're asked at the beginning of every module, would you like to change room? Of course, the impulse to run away and protect myself was there. But I wanted to confront this energy head on. I wanted to learn what it was that I needed to do and deal with this. You know, but I was still unaware of how to do that. And I thought, no, don't just run away. Come on, Jess, we'll figure this out. We just recently spent 10 days together at the beginning of June, end of May. And albeit difficult, I thought we came a really long way. Honestly, I thought I could love this person beyond their coping mechanisms, their defense mechanisms, and their jealousy / low-key hatred towards me. I could love them beyond that. And this is what I was appealing to. I was appealing to the human in them, the light side, the side that I know that we all have, you know. And I really, really do like to give people benefit of the doubt. I like to appeal and communicate with that part of people to encourage it to come out. It's okay. It's safe to love. You're safe here. I guess that's the impression. That's what I was trying to do. It's safe here. You don't have to attack me. You don't have to even hate me. I have nothing against you. And I can love you beyond all of that, you know, as I do with myself. I love myself beyond all my crap. So the 10 days end. And, you know, I think we've come a really long way There were moments where I had to stand up for myself. You know, there were moments I was really emotionally triggered and they came at me in a certain way and I went, hey, not right now, not like this, it's not helpful. And I thought, hey, you know, I was able to go back to them and say, sorry, I spoke to you that way. And they said, no, it's good, it's fine, it's right. So I thought, okay, all right, good. So we say our goodbyes, and I think, you know, again, I think I've cracked it. I go home that evening, and I'm in a very blissful state. I do have a little smoky smoke, and I'm totally connected to the stars. And I'm in a very good place. Very good. Until ring, 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 ring. And guess whose name pops up on my phone? The frenemy, who at this point is a friend in my eyes. And I'm thinking, do I answer? I am in such a good space right now. Do I invite this energy in? And you know what? I thought, yeah, it's going to be loving. So, beep, beep. I'm hearing like the reverse beeping. So back up. So I answer it. And it was, well, I was going to say it was a huge mistake, but it wasn't. It was the most revealing phone call I've ever had. So she comes at me with, where's my tobacco? Because I had borrowed some tobacco just before she left. I said, well, it's in that bag. I know for certain I put it in there. No, it's not. You know, so without going into all the details, she comes at me with very confrontational, aggressive energy. After a while of her frantically searching, I say, listen, I put it in the bag. This is not my problem. You must have misplaced it. Anyway, I'm thinking in the back of my head, for sure you've had a cigarette between then and now, like 8 hours later. I think I just say very firmly, this is not my problem. You're going to have to find it. I wish you all the best. You know, and I go to end the conversation. He goes, no, wait. What bag? Oh, wait, this bag? Oh, this bag? Oh, here it is. A ruse. The whole thing was a ruse. This woman's in her 40s. I end the phone call there. She tries to call back. I do not pick up this time. She sends me a voice note. I do not answer. She says, I just wanted to say hi. I say, then just fucking say hi. I'm not playing these games. Anyway, I leave it. I don't respond. You know, I'm just like, I don't even want to engage with this anymore. I don't want to engage. Everything that I had fooled myself to believe was true about that connection was all false. What? I don't even know what to say about behavior like that. I might expect that from a 7-year-old, where they hide your pencil sharpener. You know, I have got to be honest and see where it is in me, because I know I experienced this when I was just a wee lass growing up and developing my beliefs about what the world is. So this is a defect in me, so to speak. And so even as an adult, I still encounter the same fuckery. Anyway, time goes by, I let it go until we have a family call last night. And even though she's not in my family, she's put in. My body lights up with reaction, defense, alarm. This person is not safe emotionally for me. So, you know, in her sharing, she's trying to pull me in. She's saying my name. She's sharing personal things in front of the group. I'm like, afterwards, I've got, you know, messages from her. Let's meet, This, guys, this is where I had to say, I'm not playing these games, babe. This is not friendship. This is not love. This is not at all the work that we're doing at this school. At all. I don't deserve this treatment. I have been nothing but kind and giving her the benefit of the doubt and appealing to her light side. And I still get treated like that. Unbelievable. So I wonder what it was that I was being asked to do. And maybe it was just being asked to stand up and say, no access to my juju. You know, I am so full of love and kindness and patience. So full of it. And I can cut like a goddamn knife if I need to. If I'm hurt or defensive. Now, I'm working on that. All right? But I ain't a perfect being, and I don't wish to be either. You cross the line, you see what happens, you know? I can bite. I don't just bark. I don't wish to either, but hey, sometimes a bitch gotta do what she gotta do, you know? So we're still in full force over here. And I say this because my practice at the moment is to learn to soften. But I will caveat that with when to soften and when to harden, because not everybody deserves my soft treatment, you know? Come at me soft, I'll be soft and gooey back. Come at me like that. Pfft. You know, I think a lot of people mistake kindness for weakness. It's a mistake. It's a mistake, one that you will learn, you know? Because first and foremost, I'm kind to myself, which means I will defend if I need to. Woo! And that is my update for today. I sincerely hope you've enjoyed it. Like the video if you liked it. Let us know your thoughts down below. If you are into this content for whatever reason, hit subscribe and we'll see you in the next video. Otherwise, guys, have a beautiful day, beautiful life, and we got this.